I'm Jagir, and in today's video, we're going to do an update on Bitcoin. If you haven't seen my previous videos, we did an analysis using Elliott wave and Fibonacci theory. We covered the real fundamentals of Fibonacci and Elliott wave on April 19th. And then we did a follow-up on May 3rd, and then we're going to do a follow-up today, which is May 13th, and see how it's unfolded. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of the book, The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. I've been trading currencies for over 15 years, and I apply that knowledge now to cryptocurrency. And I was also featured in the best-selling book High Probability Trading Strategies in 2008. Legendary book, by the way. If you haven't got this, it's a brilliant buy, especially when it comes to Elliott wave and Fibonacci theory. Love it to bits. But I want to dive straight in, and if you find today's content valuable, hit the like button, the subscribe button. I normally say bell notification, but I've just realized it's on that side. Bell notifications on that side. Hit the bell notification because I want to do these daily videos with nuggets of wisdom which can help your learning curve when it comes to technical analysis, Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto, altcoins, risk management, and anything else that you need to know so I can simplify it for you so you can increase your learning curve. Just so you know, fun fact, I used to be a math teacher as well in 2006. So I love teaching, I'm an educator, I'm a motivator, and that's why I'm bringing you these videos to help you on your journey, your investment journey. So let's dive straight into the charts. So Bitcoin. Now I'm using TradingView. It's a brilliant software. There's a free version of it as well. And it has this feature called the replay button. And when you click it, you can click a date and it just literally ignores the data after that date, but we're going to just unfold it. So why did I choose April 19th? Well, it was the first video, and this was what the market looked like at the time of the video. And what we're trying to do is not just forecast for the fun of forecasting and finding it interesting. What we're looking for in the business of investing is high probability outcomes so we can make the best business decision when it comes to our portfolio, with your investment strategy, how if you're long term, short term, you know what to do. So if you're holding Bitcoin and you know it's coming up to a wave 3 high and it's going to make likely a 40% correction, you can make a decision on is it better to hold for a wave 4 correction and hold for that wave 5. But if you're on a shorter time frame, it'll be sell at a wave 3 high and then maybe re-enter at a wave 4 low. So you can make these intelligent decisions, and that's the power of Elliott wave and Fibonacci. So let's just see how it unfolded. So at the time, we did all these price projections. We put a question mark near the 3. So it looks like a wave 3 high for many reasons, and it's subdivided into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a wave 3. And what we should see afterwards, more often than not, is a typical wave 4 correction, which will break down normally into a minimum of 3 waves. And we've done some price targets. The price target typically for a wave 4 is a retracement from this wave 2 low, from this wave 3 high of 38.2% retracement. So the price pulls back 38.2% to 50%. That's the most typical for all markets, all time frames, right? Not just crypto, but it also applies really, really well to crypto. So let's see how it unfolded. So I'll unfold the data. You see, it's almost like just textbook, like bang on. It was just bang on with the wave A, and then it looked like it was forming a wave B. We put the wave B high based on time and price, but we projected it in advance based on what we were seeing. And then we had the analysis that we did was around this date here, up until this date. And what we said at the time, if you look back at the video, is that it's likely to go a bit higher based on time and price, and end up around here somewhere, around 60,000. And then we should see this final leg of a wave C finishing off a wave 4 low. So then the price just, it was just textbook wave B, price time. And then as of yesterday, we had a big bar down, drop down as expected. And then this morning we took out this low. So if I just zoom in so you can really see this clearly, is this wave low of this low of an A, we exceeded it. And that's the first confirmation of this wave B. So we can actually delete the question mark of a wave B, and it looks like we formed a classic wave A, a wave B. We can move this now just a bit more to the right over here, and if I just move it a bit higher so it's just a bit clearer, we go this wave B. Now we're forming this wave C. How beautiful is that, right? This is why it's powerful, very powerful. So it's now you can go, okay, what's likely to occur next year? And look, I'm not a fortune teller. This video, by the way, I'll give a shout out to Timmy's mom. she's been watching my videos and she's been quoting the wave fours, and she said I've been gifted with the power from the gods of doing this technical analysis with the divine ratios of Fibonacci. But actually there's methodology to the madness, and that's what I'm trying to get across to you. The markets have a mass psychology of fear and greed, and people buy and sell based on those things, and the market moves in these predictable patterns. And if you can understand that on an Elliott wave pattern and combine the Fibonacci ratios, it's a really, really powerful tool to help with your investment strategy. So you can buy at the best times, exit at the right times, or the maximum profit levels, and also avoid getting into the market. Like, people are getting into the market. Like, I did a video on Dogecoin the other day, and a lot of people wanted to get in, and I was like, actually, from an Elliott wave Fibonacci perspective, it looks like it's making a wave 5 high. I projected the price targets, and literally within 3 days, I said, look, it's likely to do a 50% correction. That's typically what happens. And it just corrected 50%. It went from 80 cents to 40 cents. So you just want to be mindful of not getting too caught up with the news. I personally don't watch the news. I just rely on technical analysis. Once I've bought my position, it's technical analysis, and that serves me incredibly well. So now let's look at what's likely. Because we've got more data now, we can actually get a more a tighter time projection and price projection of when the wave 4 is likely to end. So there's a couple of key numbers that I want to cover with you today. So now we can get rid of this. The first one is, I'm going to do a price on this, called trend-based fib extension. That's the name here on TradingView. So we're going to measure the length of this wave A, and typically wave C is the same price. Let me just get this magnet involved. It makes it easier to make sure I get these highs and lows. So we'll make it as accurate as we can. So we're going to choose a minimum of a wave C is typically a 61.8%, but the most common is 100% extension. Right? It sometimes does it overextend to 168, but it's not that common. So we're just going to focus on the high probability, which is 100% extension. So now we've got this price cluster, right? And there's one other price cluster. It's called the price extension. I won't go into too much detail, but you just measure this wave A low to this wave B high, and the two key numbers that are very, very powerful to help confirm what's likely to occur is 1.272 and 1.618. So now we have these two zones here. Well, actually, this one's not that relevant. If you look at this one's kind of quite high, so this one's not that relevant. So we can actually get rid of that one. We're going, okay, it's the one, it's likely going to be this one down here. Right, brilliant. So now we've got this nice price cluster, and we've got this 50% retracement as well. But also we want to use time. So what can we do with time? So there's this trend-based fib time extension that we have down here. My face is probably blocking it. It's just behind me. It's called fib-based time. And what we do is you measure the length of time it takes wave A to unfold. So we literally click the starting of wave A and the end of wave A and project that forward from the wave B high. And it's already on the 100. So I'm going to leave it as that. I like to have this line actually. That just tells us the typical minimum or the typical price or time extension of a wave C. It tends to mimic wave A. So now we have a more clearer time and price zone. So what we can do is literally just pull this here, and actually, even though it can go as low as this 50%, but it's more likely to end in this zone over here and in this time zone. So now we've got this wave C, around here somewhere, give or take. Right? Is that making sense? Right? This powerful information. Why? Because if you're long on Bitcoin already, you can prepare yourself to anticipate that the market is likely to pull back to around 43,000 and not be overly concerned, because what happens typically after a wave 4, we tend to see higher highs and you see a wave 5, right? And we've projected that in the previous video, and we said, look, 76,000, 100,000. But in the crypto markets, it's similar to the commodities markets, where the wave 5 tends to be the overextension. Why? Because people panic buy. It's fear of missing out, and retail investment especially are FOMOing in. They're gonna. So it happens every bull cycle, right? And we can prepare for it. So if you're prepared for it, they're going to be a massive FOMO in. So you'll see some serious overextensions in time and price, especially price, and that's where you can make some serious profits. So now let's do one more thing. We'll do one more thing for you today. So the wave C actually tends to subdivide into 5 waves. Right, so currently we're just seeing this part here, this wave C. But if we go onto a smaller time frame, it'll be clearer to see the subdivisions. So right now we're on a daily chart where every bar represents one day. So if you click this top left here, it says D. D stands for day, 1 day. And you can go to a weekly chart, you go to a monthly chart where every bar represents a week or a month. But we want to go to the 4 hour. 1 hour can also be really, really useful. I don't like to go too low on the time frames because I like to look at the bigger macro picture, because the big gains and the big returns are made in the big moves, right? So we want those big moves rather than the small moves. So we've already zoomed in, which is nice. So here's the picture here. So we're going to keep it zoomed in for this wave C section, this here. This here. So what do you see? Like, just look at this section here, this part here. What do you see? Do you see any type of wave 1, 2, 3? Right? So if you do, good job. Because what we see, or what I see here, is a nice classic 1, 2, what looks like a 3, would anticipate a 4, and then probably finish on a 5. And we know the 5 is going to be in this kind of zone over here. And the wave 4 will probably be a complex correction over here. I find it helpful to also have these trend lines, or waves they call it, so you can kind of see it like this. Yeah, and so we can expect, this could be a potential wave 3, even if we do a typical wave 3 extension. Bump, bump, bump. Wave 3 is typically 162%. And you can see, even if I just drag this to the side, you see that textbook 1, 2, bump, it's hit 162%. And then we'll tend to get a wave 4 correction, which will tend to be, what we're saying in Bitcoin, but the reverse is true on the smaller time frame, 38.2 to 50% retracement. And then we should see a final leg of the wave 5 over wave C over wave 4, right? So now if I just get rid of this, I'm just going to zoom back in, or out, should I say, to the daily chart, so we can get a really clear picture. Let's just reset this. Let's just zoom in here and see what we've seen so far. So it's unfolded nicely. Wave A, we've seen a nice correction with a wave B. Seeing the wave C unfold, this low of a wave A has taken out. That confirms this wave B high. That's good. It's looking good for a wave 4. And we should see until roughly around May 21st, thereabouts. It's not going to be necessarily bang on the day, but it tends to be within 3 days either side. So May 18th to May 24th, thereabouts. But once we get more information as a wave 4 and a wave 5 unfolds, this last wave 5, this part here, that typically also subdivides on a smaller time frame again into 5 waves. And so we can jump into an hourly chart at that time and see, get really precise with a very likely high probability of an end of a wave 5, of a wave C, of a wave 4, right? So a wave 5 here, of a wave C, of a wave 4, right? So now we've got really clear picture of what we should anticipate. Powerful, right? This is the power of Elliott waves. Most people don't get this. I don't know why. I know people that just, I don't know. They just don't get it, or they don't look at it, or they just think it's hocus pocus or something. It's not hocus pocus. We are unconscious beings. Neuroscience shows that we operate 95% unconsciously. The markets are driven by fear and greed, and people and traders know that. And psychology is really represented by Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci theory, and it's so powerful. So it's worthwhile listening, learning, and getting the basics. And if you haven't watched my video on April 19th and May 3rd on Bitcoin, it's a great education. I actually rewatched them myself this morning, because I cover the more the theory side and then apply it, and we go back and forth, and it will help you get the understanding of this as well. So if you like today's video, so now know this way is like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because I want to bring these daily nuggets of wisdom. Today's one was a bit longer, but it's important because Bitcoin is like the brand of crypto. And a lot of people are going to panic when the prices hit a new low. There's going to be a lot of YouTubers that are going to kind of get a lot of FOMO. Oh, is this the end of the bull market? Oh, are we going to, is this da 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 da? And people are going to panic. But the pros, which is what you're becoming now, are going to be relaxed. They go, hey, it's just a wave 4. In fact, wave 4s are healthy, because after a big sprint, which is that wave 3, we need to have a breather, we need to recover, and then prepare for the most powerful bullish part of the market in the crypto space tends to be the wave 5. Most financial markets is wave 3, but in crypto, similar to commodities, it tends to be that wave 5. So we should prepare for some serious moves to the upside after the wave 4 is complete. One last thing, I've created something special for you, and it's only launched on Monday. I'm going to put the link in below. I've created a crypto masterclass, how to fund your retirement. And it's really built for all the way from beginners to advanced. Because what I've realized is even with so-called advanced people, that are in the trading space on other markets, they find crypto very foreign in terms of just setting up your wallet, doing the basics, goal setting, mindset. But then I cover a section in Elliott wave theory, and then how to do trade management, risk management, how to become risk free in your positions quite early so you can have peace of mind and trade and invest with confidence. So it's the crypto masterclass, how to fund your retirement. It's free. You put your name, your email, boom, instant access, and you just watch it, enjoy it, take loads of notes. I cover some real gems, the 4 cycles of the market, what is blockchain, where are we in the crypto evolution, as a technology. Then I cover some serious stuff on risk management. It's beautiful, getting some really good feedback, and we're looking to make it better again. So I'd love to hear your feedback. How did you find it? If you enjoyed it, and if you got some value. And also today's video, what else can I help you with? What do you want? What do you need? Just let me know. Ping me a message. Just comment below, and then I'll see what I can do for you. All right, that's been today's video. You now know Bitcoin's wave 4 is unfolding. Timmy's mum, yes, wave 4 is unfolding. Timmy, pay attention. Wave 4 looks like it's unfolding, and let's just see what happens. We'll do another video close to May 21st when we get closer to a potential wave 5 of a wave C of a wave 4, and then we can prepare to see what's likely to occur next and how you should best prepare. All right, that was today's video. I will see you in the next video.